G'day, how you going? I've got a territory and I've got some problems with the air conditioning. If I turn it to the demist option, no air is coming out the top. I can hear things happening underneath, like motors turning and whatever, but it's just not changing properly. So I imagine there's something not quite right with that control unit in there, with the motors and stuff in it. Forgotten what it's called off the top of my head, but I will find out and mention it a bit later. This car also, I've just purchased it, and there's a few things I need to fix up before I take it in for a roadworthy. It's also been a smoker's car, which is very unfortunate, and I'm a bit disappointed. I thought the smell wasn't too bad, but the more I've been with it, the more I'm upset about it. So I've been trying to clean it as much as possible. So I've had the carpet extractor out. I've had all the interior basically stripped out, apart from like leaving the carpets in, but all the seats and everything have been out. Been cleaning everything, and while everything's out, I thought, well, let's take the dash apart and have a look at why I'm not getting air onto the windscreen. So far I've taken out the center console, I've taken out the ICC, the glove box has just popped out for the moment, and I've looked for a few videos, but I can't find any on how to pull the dash apart beyond this point. There's a lot of people that are replacing their ICCs, obviously, so that makes it a bit more easy to get to that. Find videos about that, but I will take you along for the ride as I try to narrow down what's going on here with my territory. First things first, disconnect your battery, because we will be unplugging some airbags, so just to be safe. Alright, so I'm going to remove the two A-pillar trims. You basically just have to grip them well and give them a bit of a tug, and they will come free. And to get the A-pillar trims off, you've got to take the door seal down so you can get access to it a bit better. Once you get the trim free, there is this weird little clip here. I'm assuming, not that I've removed it yet, but I'm assuming that it should just pop out with a screwdriver. Yeah, so it just slides out the side. That little bit slides out the side there. And then you need to take these two side covers off from each side, which should theoretically just pop free. Like so. And then also take off the fuse cover. There's two 10mm bolts behind each of those covers on both sides. You need to remove those. There's a 10mm bolt in the left side of the driver's side footwell you need to undo. Once you've got that one out, you've got to undo this one here. Now these ones could be a bit annoying. Between the door and the body there's a bolt down here, looks like a 10mm, on both sides, which is clamping down onto the dash on both sides. From what I've understood is when you back it out, you can't actually get it all the way out. So you've got to be careful not to shut the door, otherwise you'll damage your paint and bend your bolt once you've loosened them off. They are correct. You can't get the bolt out. It's loose, but you can't get it all the way out without taking the door off. So just leave your doors open, don't shut them. And now we've got to take off the footwell covers on this side and the passenger side, and I think you just have to work your way around it, giving it gentle tugs until it comes free. Okay, on the passenger side we need to undo some electrical connectors. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then the antenna as well, and then the instructions on Ford Forum say to pull out the white box and put it on the floor. So let's have a crack at that. Well, I've got it loose. It doesn't seem to sit on the floor, but I've just got it all free. Make sure you disconnect that grey one from the box, because I have a feeling this is connected to your dash and it's going to come out by the looks of where that cable's going. So that'll come out with everything else. Now we're over to the driver's side, and we've got to unplug these plugs in here and do the same thing. And then we need to remove the main connector into the fuse box. That one's free. Also remove your bonnet catch lever, so you're not trying to pull the dash out while it's still connected to the cable. The Australian Ford Forums site, when I was reading about removing a BA Falcon, said that there's like an ABS module under here somewhere that you have to unplug, but I can't find it, so I'm going to try to remove the dash. You need to pry off this plastic cover around the light sensor, and back here is a number 5 Allen key. You've got to undo that. It says about 7 to 10 turns while pushing firmly down. So there's a thing under there that opens up that helps, makes it easy to come out. I'm going to take this cover off using the screws to take the plastic cover off. And then there's 4 10mm bolts, and on the other side there. Okay, so I ended up having to undo the steering wheel and drop it down using all those bolts. Make sure you undo the power leads that come up into the back of the steering column, and that module that I was talking about in the Falcon, this is it here. You have to unplug that because that cable runs up here and goes up into the dash, so make sure you unplug that one. Okay, so after all of that, you can maneuver the dash out, and you'll need an extra pair of hands to get it out in one piece. Yeah, definitely going to have to take out those front seats and your center console, etc. You may be able to leave the ICC in its place if you wanted to. Hopefully this helps you out and makes a good reference video for you if you're wanting to tackle the job of removing your dash.